The movie begins. Maya and Jamie move into a quiet countryside house, excited to start a family after learning Maya is pregnant. But their happiness is interrupted when Jamie's grandmother, Maeve, dies and leaves the property to them. A local woman named Nia warns them about mysterious creatures called Redcaps. Maeve used to leave meat outside for them, believing that stopping the feeding could bring tragedy. Nia begs the couple to continue the tradition. Although Maya and Jamie don't fully believe her, they agree. As they settle into the countryside, they visit the nearby town and meet locals who remember Maeve fondly. Later, they encounter an aggressive dog near an old trailer and unknowingly attract the attention of its owner. At Nia's bar, the locals initially stare at the newcomers but soon welcome them. After an intoxicated man is thrown out, Nia reminds Maya that they must leave food outside for the Redcaps. Maya laughs, admitting she had forgotten. But then Nia notices something unusual about Maya and quietly asks her to come outside so they can talk. Nia explains that the Redcaps are extremely dangerous creatures, and if they don't receive their food, they can cause serious harm. Since Maya and Jamie have never actually seen or felt the creature's presence, Nia asks Maya to take responsibility for feeding them every morning. Maya doesn't like the idea at first, but eventually she promises that she will feed the creatures every day. Nia thanks her, relieved that she understands the seriousness of the situation. Meanwhile, the drunken old man from the bar is making his way home through the streets with his dog happily running beside him. When the dog suddenly disappears, the man enters the nearby forest and begins calling for it. Then, unexpectedly, he sees a little girl crying all alone in the woods. Concerned, the man approaches her to find out what is wrong. But he soon realizes that the girl is actually a trap. Before he can escape, the creatures attack him. The following morning, Maya and Jamie wake up after hearing strange noises coming from the kitchen. They immediately rush downstairs to see what is happening. However, they soon discover that the people inside the house are actually local construction workers who have come to repair some serious problems with the property. Relieved, Maya and Jamie introduce themselves to the workers. Mr. Wong assures them that they shouldn't worry about having the workers around and promises that they will finish the job as quickly as possible. However, Maya notices something strange about one of the workers. His behavior makes her feel that something isn't quite right. Despite her concerns, Maya and Jamie decide to go into town to do some shopping, leaving Mr. Wong's sons behind to continue their work. But there is a problem. One of the boys in the family, Killian, begins behaving strangely. He starts wandering around the property for no apparent reason and even begins stealing various objects from inside the house. Later, Maya and Jamie decide to visit the cemetery with the local priest. When they arrive, the priest asks Maya whether this is her first child. Maya admits that years earlier, she had been in a relationship with another man. Because of his abusive and terrible behavior, she lost her child. The priest offers her some comfort, telling her that he hopes she and Jamie will find peace and happiness in their current life. He then explains that Maeve is buried beside her husband. However, when they reach the grave of Maeve's child, there is only a gravestone marking the burial site. Maya is shocked and asks why the child's body wasn't buried alongside the rest of the family. The priest explains that the child's body was never found. Maya then asks whether the child had suffered from some kind of mental illness, but the priest cannot confirm that information. At this point, Maya and Jamie become even more curious about what really happened to Maeve's child. Hours later, Maya goes to see Nia. Maya tells her about what happened at the bar and about the strange events surrounding the house. Nia tells her not to worry. She invites Maya and Jamie inside to escape the rain and offers them some tea. Jamie happily goes back toward the car, but Maya stays behind with Nia. She asks Nia about the mystery surrounding Maeve's missing child's body. Nia finally reveals the truth. She explains that, in a desperate attempt to save her husband from his illness, Maeve made a terrible deal with the Redcap creatures. She had made a bargain with them, offering her own child to the creatures in exchange for their help in saving her husband. Maya finds it difficult to believe what Nia has told her. She asks whether Maeve might have lost her mind and done something terrible to her own child. Nia becomes extremely angry. She insists that Maeve could never have harmed her child because she loved him more than anything in the world. After the conversation, Maya and Jamie drive back home. When they arrive, they encounter Mr. Wong's sons, who immediately begin taunting them. While Jamie stays outside arguing with the brothers, Maya goes into the bathroom. Suddenly, she notices the eldest brother watching her through the window. Terrified, she screams. After the incident in the bathroom, Maya and Jamie confront Mr. Wong about his children's behavior. He apologizes for what happened and promises that he will speak to his sons. However, Jamie remains furious. Meanwhile, Maya goes into the garden and leaves a piece of meat for the Redcaps, just as she promised Mia she would. But before she can return to their house, she hears a strange sound coming from the gate leading into the forest. She opens it and is shocked to discover that the meat has completely disappeared. The following day, another disturbing incident occurs. Mr. Wong's sons break one of the upstairs windows. The shattered glass nearly hits Maya. This finally causes Jamie's anger to explode. He goes looking for the three brothers and confronts them, calling them weak but dangerous criminals. Maya tries to calm him down and asks her husband to stop arguing with them. She then speaks with Yuan, one of the boys, whose mental problems have become increasingly obvious. His father, however, doesn't seem concerned about his son's condition. Instead, he beats him with a belt. Maya intervenes and begs Mr. Wong to stop. Once the situation finally calms down, Maya and Jamie return home. Maya blames Jamie for the chaos that has been happening around them. Determined to put an end to all these problems, she decides to go into the forest and search for the strange creatures herself. After walking for a short distance, she spots a small dog. The dog appears to want her to follow it. Maya follows the animal deeper into the forest until she reaches a dark and terrifying place. There, she sees what appears to be an old stone structure resembling an ancient castle. Although she is frightened, she continues looking around. Then she notices a large limestone staircase leading underground. Seeing the dark passage makes her reconsider following the dog. The dog suddenly runs back toward the surface, and Maya loses sight of it. As she searches for the animal, she eventually finds it standing alone in the middle of the forest. She approaches to see what it is doing and realizes that Yuan is there too. He appears to be suffering after being beaten again by his father. Seeing his pain, Maya tries to comfort him. But suddenly, the situation gets out of control. Yuan grabs Maya with surprising strength and tells her that he loves her. Maya struggles to free herself, and the two of them fall to the ground. After some time, Maya manages to escape and quickly returns home. She tells Jamie that she has discovered something extremely important and insists that he come with her. Although Jamie is shocked and confused, he agrees to follow her. When they return to the forest, Maya explains what happened with Yuan. She tells Jamie that Yuan attacked her, that she struck him in self-defense, and then escaped. She also tells him that she saw several other strange creatures in the forest. But Jamie is completely confused. He doesn't believe a single word Maya is saying. He tells her that she hasn't been herself since the attack they experienced in town and says that he will not allow things to continue this way. After their argument, Jamie goes to a bar in town. There, he meets Killian and another one of Mr. Wong's sons, Azan. Jamie asks them where their older brother is, but they claim that they don't know. Meanwhile, night falls. Maya stays inside the house, trying to calm herself down and process everything that happened during the day. But as she sits there thinking about the strange creatures she suddenly encountered, something very unusual happens. Maya is suddenly confronted by a strange creature inside the house. Believing that it might be one of the Redcaps, she tries to remain calm. The creature approaches her and begins speaking in a language she has never heard before. Maya doesn't understand a single word. Taking advantage of the moment, she secretly takes a photograph of the creature, hoping to have proof that the Redcaps really exist. But then her curiosity gets the better of her. The creature approaches her and begins speaking in a language she has never heard before. Maya doesn't understand a single word. Taking advantage of the moment, she secretly takes a photograph of the creature, hoping to have proof that the Redcaps really exist. But then her curiosity gets the better of her. When she opens the creature's bag, she sees something horrifying inside. A short while later, Jamie returns home. Maya is waiting for him so she can show him everything that has happened. She is frozen with fear when she realizes what is inside the bag. She then tries to show Jamie the photograph she took of the Redcap, but when they look at the camera, there is no image of the creature at all. They have apparently seen Yuan with Maya before he disappeared and have come to confront the couple. Jamie stays behind the door and tries to calm the situation. He tells Mr. Wong that neither he nor Maya has anything to do with Yuan's disappearance. But Mr. Wong refuses to believe him and decides to enter the house himself to search for his son. Jamie warns him that he will call the police. Mr. Wong pretends to back down and says that they should leave. But secretly, he has another plan. Maya realizes that the situation has become extremely dangerous for both her and her unborn baby. She decides that she has to escape and protect herself. She runs upstairs and climbs onto the roof. Maya becomes terrified and accidentally drops the bag she is carrying. Azan looks inside and realizes that it contains Yuan's severed head. She immediately rushes to tell her family. Maya uses the opportunity to escape and runs toward the forest.
Recaps.
Meanwhile, Jamie turns on his laptop, intending to contact the authorities and report everything that is happening. They break into their house and set it on fire. Desperate to survive, Jamie runs through the burning house looking for somewhere to hide. He finds a hiding place inside a large room filled with bookshelves. But then he remembers that Maya may still be upstairs, so he comes out of hiding and goes looking for her. Instead, he finds Killian standing in front of him. Killian attacks Jamie, and although Jamie tries to fight back, Killian easily overpowers him. With the entire house now engulfed in flames, Killian demands to know where the remains of his brother are. Jamie insists that he is innocent and knows nothing about what happened. He tells Killian that the Redcap creatures are the ones truly responsible for what happened to his brother. But Killian refuses to believe the story. Mr. Wong also believes that Maya is the real cause of everything that has happened, so he demands that Jamie tell him where she is. Meanwhile, Maya reaches the stone cave deep inside the forest where the Redcaps live. She begs the creatures for help and promises to give them whatever they want if they will save her husband and protect his life. Azan calls for her father and attacks Maya without hesitation. Mr. Wong orders his son to finish Jamie while he deals with Maya. Before they can carry out their plan, however, one of the Redcaps suddenly leaps onto Killian and repeatedly stabs him with a knife. Mr. Wong reacts quickly. He grabs a large piece of wood and strikes the creature, knocking it to the ground. But as they approach to see what the creature is, another Redcap suddenly emerges from the ground. It grabs the knife and stabs Killian directly in the neck. The first creature uses its remaining strength to throw the knife toward Mr. Wong. Terrified, Mr. Wong begins wildly beating the creature with the piece of wood. At the same time, Azan is outside the house. She suddenly sees a large group of Redcaps surrounding Maya. The creatures grab Maya and brutally attack her from every direction. Meanwhile, Killian runs to get a weapon but is suddenly confronted by another Redcap. Another creature appears through the main entrance. When he gets the chance, he suddenly attacks the creature. Meanwhile, he grabs a gun and points it toward the Redcaps, determined to take revenge. The Redcaps continue attacking Maya and Azan, seemingly enjoying their punishment. Maya is quickly losing her strength, and she has almost no chance of escaping. Seeing the chaos around him, Mr. Wong opens his vehicle, grabs his gun, and prepares to flee. At the same time, Killian emerges from hiding. Mr. Wong decides to abandon everyone and escape alone. He gets inside his vehicle and locks the doors. But before he can drive away, one of the enraged creatures grabs his son. The Redcap brutally breaks Killian's leg. Killian then dies in his father's arms. Mr. Wong is completely devastated. He breaks down and begins apologizing for the terrible way he raised his children. Meanwhile, Jamie has been hiding under a bed. When the situation finally becomes quieter, he comes out and enters the garden. There, he sees the Redcaps surrounding and tearing apart Azan's body. Jamie grabs a nearby hammer and strikes one of the creatures. But surprisingly, the creature does not attack him. That's when Jamie finally realizes the truth. The creatures were not actually there to hurt them. They had come to protect and help them. Jamie immediately runs toward Maya, who is suffering from severe labor pains. Suddenly, Mr. Wong appears and shoots one of the Redcaps. The remaining creatures are frightened by the gunshot and run away. When Mr. Wong sees that Maya has become a victim of the creatures, he decides to take revenge on both the Redcaps and the couple. He approaches them with his weapon raised. Jamie tries to stand between Mr. Wong and his wife, preparing to fight him face to face. But fear takes over Mr. Wong. He shoots Jamie directly in the chest. Jamie collapses to the ground. Mr. Wong then moves toward Maya, preparing to kill her. But just as he is about to reach her, the same dog suddenly leaps onto him and attacks. The dog bites his arm, causing him to drop his weapon. Maya uses the opportunity to crawl toward the gun. Maya grabs the weapon and fires a precise shot, killing the man responsible for all the chaos. After the Wong family's lives finally come to an end, Jamie and Maya lie on the ground, holding each other and trying to understand everything that has happened. The Redcaps take the bodies of those who were killed and carry them away as if preparing for a great celebration. A few minutes later, Maya's labor becomes too advanced for them to reach the hospital. Despite the intense pain, Maya safely gives birth to their child. After everything they have endured, both Maya and Jamie break down in tears of relief when they realize their baby is safe. Some time passes, and the couple slowly begins recovering from their injuries. While Maya rests, Jamie works on repairing the damage done to their house. Suddenly, Maya realizes that their baby is gone. She looks through the window and sees the Redcaps carrying the child toward the forest. Without hesitation, she runs toward the stone cave alone. Inside, while searching for her baby, she discovers an extremely old and fragile woman. From the woman's clothing and appearance, Maya realizes the shocking truth. At that moment, Maya finally understands everything. She realizes that the people taken by the Redcaps do not simply die. Instead, they are transformed over time. And now the creatures are trying to make her baby their new leader. Maya's anger explodes. She attacks one of the creatures with a knife. But Maya refuses to give up her child. She runs directly toward the old woman and stabs her. With that attack, the life of Maeve's child finally comes to an end. Then something completely unexpected happens. The Redcaps turn toward Maya and begin accepting her as their new queen. A few minutes later, Jamie realizes that both his wife and baby are missing. When he returns to the living room, however, he finds the baby safe. He then goes into the forest searching for Maya. Eventually, he witnesses something unbelievable. Maya is standing in the middle of a huge gathering of Redcaps. Above Maya's head, a strange glowing sphere filled with blood and light shines in the darkness. The Redcaps begin dancing and screaming wildly around her. Although everything that has happened seems completely insane, Jamie and Maya ultimately decide to accept their new life among these mysterious creatures. In the end, they are no longer ordinary people. They have gained a terrifying new power, one that allows them to control the creatures and, perhaps, shape the world according to their own desires. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you again with another movie recap.